Make an announcement before we begin. We're having trouble with Zoom, so anyone looking in that's registering to Zoom, it's letting you register, but we're not sure that you can get in. So if you'd like to come down, we'd love to welcome you, but if you'd be patient, we're working on it. So with that, we now need a roll call.
Sure thing. Commissioner Falk?
Here.
Commissioner Collar?
Here.
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
And Chair Callahan.
Here.
For the record, Commissioners Abelman, Krazan, and Bauer are absent for some planned vacation time, but we do have a quorum and we can conduct business.
Okay. I'm going to lead the pledge tonight, so if everybody would stand and face the flag. Repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Please be seated. Okay, approve the order of agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
Make that motion.
Second?
Any dissent? Okay, motion carries. Blue folder items. Do we have any blue folder items? I did not see any on
We do not tonight.
Consent calendar. Approval of the affidavit of posting and the approval of the minutes of the June 9th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Hearing any objections? Hearing none, motion passes. No excluded calendar items. Public participation on non-agenda items. This section is intended to provide members of the public with the opportunity to comment on any subject that does not appear on this agenda for action. This section is limited to 30 minutes. Each speaker will be afforded 3 minutes to address the commission. Each speaker will be permitted to speak only once. Written requests, if any, will be considered first under this section. Do we have any members of the public?
We do.
I see Mayor Jim Light coming forward.
Don't they have to fill out a card?
They get first priority. Good
Hi,
evening.
Jim Light, Mayor and resident of District 1. Just wanted to fill you in on a few things going on, Greg. I hope I'm not stealing some of your thunder tonight.
Unbelievable.
But we've had our second meeting now with the New Zealand representatives, and they love our town. It's going to come down to whether we can provide a good sailing environment for them to be practiced for the actual events that are going on. So it's up to their meteorologists and the availability of the Cabrillo area for practice. On that note, I'm contemplating turning that committee into more of an major events committee, because of the next thing I'm going to tell you is we've been approached by the LA Galaxy to explore setting up a World Cup watch site in Seaside Lagoon.
Yay.
So they're going to be coming down here to visit and look around. Turns out the CEO actually lives here in District 2 in Redondo Beach. While we were out on the water today, I did note that our shark buoy has been deployed, which was advocated by the Harbor Commission, so I was glad to see that out there. On Thursday, we've been approached by a couple of gentlemen who would like to open up a permanent water polo court in the harbor, in the open waters of the harbor. So we're going to go around on the harbor patrol boat and see what they're thinking of in doing that. And then finally, there was a little hiccup with the sea bass grow out facility, but I think we're all greased now. It's being built, so hopefully it's going to be going in soon. And I understand that Bob's actually has some sea bass for us as soon as we put that thing in the water. So, you know, a lot of what you guys have been pushing is moving forward. So thank you for what you're doing. Thanks.
Great.
That's all I had for tonight.
Thanks, Mayor Jim. All right, is there anyone else that would like to come forward and speak? Okay,
You just stole about half of the liaison report.
You know, we're just moving right along here. Okay, thank you for that update. Let's see, do we have any e-comments from the public?
There are no e-comments.
Okay, no ex parte, no public hearings. Items none. Okay, public safety report, L1. We are not going to have that this evening.
Yeah,
as
I've
I
got a little
understand.
update for you. Normally we have one representative from the Harbor Patrol, in this case, our new Harbor Master, Kurt Mahoney, and then Sergeant Bannock from the Police Department. They like to go over stats, what they've been doing, what they've been up to, any preventative action that they need to do. But in each instance, they're unable to make it tonight on a last minute basis. So I request that this group just make a motion and choose to push this just to a future agenda. I don't want to be specific because I want to work with these two individuals, and we'll fit it in where appropriate.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. Any objections? Hearing none, motion passes.
Can I just do a note of discussion?
Sure.
They could consider, Kurt writes Harbor Master Mahoney writes the monthly newsletter. He could throw a lot of this stuff in there, especially if there's, some trend they're seeing in the statistics.
Sure.
Something they need to inform voters on. Just a thought.
It's not a bad idea.
Especially if you can't make it back for a few months, there may be something people should know about happening during the summer.
Okay. Good note.
Anyway, thanks.
I'll talk to them about it.
Okay. Any other comments? All right. Now we're going to move on to Liaison's report.
All right. Let me skip around here. Let's see here. So the boat launch project. So again, as this group knows, but maybe not for people listening at home, we are undertaking the new public boat launch on Mole D. The studies have been completed. We've gone through a couple rounds of commenting with our experts, making sure that all the bases are covered. We do expect, there's one last study where we have a few comments on, the results are there, but we just want to fine tune the language. We do anticipate coordinating with the subcommittee in late July, and we do anticipate the public outreach portion of this project happening in late August. So really turning into the public-facing element of the project in the next month or so. The breakwall repair project is still occurring. The U.S. Army conducted an RFP. It closes on July 31st. They know they have at least 2 interested parties that are going to be bidding on it. Work is supposed to start, around August. I think they're a few months behind, to be honest with you, but they haven't given us an updated schedule just yet. They're anticipating having a selected contractor at the end of August. We do plan to have a meeting with King Harbor Yacht Club, with some of the users of the Moonstone Park, just to kind of coordinate construction schedules around special events, what loading areas they'll actually need, how that affects everyday operations in those 2 areas. That will happen, obviously, after they get selected in August, the contractor, but before work starts. So we're not really sure on the schedule just yet, but we'll make sure that happens before they get going. The mayor alluded to this, but the sea bass grow out pen, we did receive our coastal development permit a little while back. As recently as today, we're through the city permitting process. Fabrication is well underway. We expect installation to happen at any moment. So we do anticipate having an installed pen site ready to go for the delivery of the 4-inch fishies in late September. This is great news. In terms of leases, there's a lot of negotiations happening right now. There's a lot of renewals and occupying empty space up in the Pier Plaza office complex. Currently sits around 10% vacancy. We're working on getting that down to around 7 or 6% in the next month or so. I think I mentioned this last time, but the old Dingy Deli site is out of business, and we're bringing on Scholb Brewery. They're based out of Torrance. This will be their second location. And then we have an ongoing lease strategy study session, essentially, going forward to closed session. It was last Tuesday. It'll be tomorrow as well. It'll probably keep appearing on closed session through August while we kind of wrestle just list of priorities when it comes to Joe's Crab Shack and the Fun Factory space, Kincaid's, Pad 2, Maison Rees. A lot of opportunity out there, and we just need to get a sequence of events to give us our marching orders, if you will. So that concludes my director's report. Of course, I'm here for any questions that you may have. The next meeting in August is scheduled for August 11th. Obviously, we'll shoot to have our representatives from the police department and fire department return. I'm hopeful that they can do so. And then we do have a couple of entitlements that are in with the community development department. Those might be ready, may not be, so we should keep our agenda free for that. And then I do think I'm going to bring our leasing agent to just talk all thing leases. We try to do that every once in a while just to kind of give you a flavor beyond my just general overview. So let me know if you can't attend, and we are still in the summer months, so vacations are obviously happening as we speak, but we would like to have a meeting. So with that, open to any questions that you may have.
Anything from you, Lisa?
Nothing from me.
Lee?
Nothing for me.
As we're going this way, I might as well do it. I'm concerned about the subcommittee for the boat launch. I am on it.
Yep.
I have 2 more meetings.
Yep.
I think it would behoove this group to replace me as much as I would love to be on it. I think that someone should take my place, because it's going to be a long, ongoing project, and they might as well be in from the beginning.
So we do have an alternate listed on that subcommittee. You don't have to choose that alternate to be the full-time replacement. I mean, I think they were there just in case someone had to unexpectedly leave or if they missed a meeting here or there. That person is Commissioner Bauer, but maybe in August we can bring that larger
Okay.
discussion when a little bit more representation is here. Maybe Commissioner Bauer wants to be the permanent replacement. Who knows?
Okay, that's all I had.
Just to comment on that, I think he did. And if we have if we have one meeting end of July, would you be kind of a lame duck in that meeting? I was one of the ones who wanted you on that
Sure,
commission.
I'd be happy to go. I just don't want to put a lot of things in motion and then
Right.
have somebody have to catch up.
Yeah.
I think it might be better if we had the alternate there as well, so that
We can't,
he's
Brown
up to
Act.
speed. What do you think? Oh, we can't because of,
I don't know if we can do that. We can't
Can't
have
do
4
that.
people on there.
can't have 4.
You could, because he is the existing alternate, you could choose to step down and just let him come in for that one meeting. And then we have the discussion of, is he the permanent replacement or do you want to
Okay.
choose somebody else? That could be the bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, right now, I think I'll just stay on and we'll deal with this in August.
Okay.
But if it could be on the agenda, that would be great.
For sure.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go to the July meeting.
Okay.
Okay, Roger, anything else?
Yeah, I had some questions for our harbor master, but obviously that's overtaken by events. I wanted to talk a little bit about, boat inspections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We've talked about that a little bit. Kind of the only question I have at this point, going back to the liaisons report, on the one hand, I'm happy to see another brewery coming in because I like them and I like Schulb. On the other hand, we've talked at various times about, do we really want International Boardwalk becoming a row of breweries? At one time we had talked about, how we deal with a wandering beer there, and can we have a beer go upstairs? I don't know if you've heard, but the state now has the entertainment district, and a
have
couple
heard that,
cities have done
yeah.
that. Should we do that?
So-
should we take advantage of the fact that we now have a row of breweries there?
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It's something that the tenants down at International Boardwalk are very interested in. What my concern and my direction to them was, even with the entertainment zone, there's a lot of ABC restrictions. I put the ball in their court to figure out how they could best satisfy those ABC requirements. A lot of them have to do with ingress, egress, and access for minors. And there's a lot of access points up and down International Boardwalk. So in my mind, without working through this, you would either need to install gates at each ingress, egress, which could be costly, or you would need to employ multiple people checking IDs so that once you're down there, you're good, but you have to get past that point of entry. Maybe those regulations change with the entertainment zone, but I'm putting it on them to kind of figure out what the requirements are. They can report back to me and what they're willing to pay for to solve the issue, right?
But isn't that going to harm the other businesses that are not alcohol related,
It
like the
could.
ice cream shop and?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why we're trying to work through it. And then once we have the answers, pros and cons, we can take that policy decision to city council because they would have to deem the area as the entertainment zone.
Yeah,
And we have to figure
yeah.
out that process too, right?
Right.
I don't know, I always want oysters and beer and ice cream and churros, after I've had a couple beers.
Right. I mean, I have concerns about it just generally,
Yeah.
but I'm open to at least letting them explore it.
The other cities that have it are Santa Monica and Long Beach.
Santa Monica's fairly new, and I'd heard of Long Beach as well, yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll go take a look and see how they're doing it.
Sample it a little bit.
Sample. Yeah,
That's it, thanks.
you good? All right, commission member items and future commission agenda topics. I've handled mine. Lisa, do you have any? Lee?
No.
I think we've done it.
Wow.
This is my world's record, 15 minutes. Well, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Hearing no objections, this meeting is adjourned.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody.
See you in August.
Yeah.
15 minutes. Wow, I think that's